we discuss one of the big marquee signings of the summer as we get ready to battle for Benjamin Sesko. Today, my friends, we have more reports to get through today involving more transfer targets and what's set to be another busy summer of business at our football club. So I hope you guys stay tuned on BlueLionsTV, hit that like button, share your thoughts and opinions, all that good stuff, and don't forget to watch the latest videos that have dropped over the past 24 hours. Let's get straight into things. Let's get small updates out of the way first, because at this moment in time, Tosin Adarabioyo is completing his medical and he is set to become Enzo Maresca's first signing. Now, why exactly is he signing for us and not signing for Newcastle? They're down to a few reasons. Number one, he has a familiarity tactically with the demands expected from Enzo Maresca. They both came from Man City. They have a familiarity. They have that familiarity with each other. So you're going to feel safer as a player moving towards us. Equally, not having to uproot your whole life to go up north, but stay in London, it might feel like a job promotion, honestly. Like going from Fulham to sign for us and you're living in the same area. I mean, how can it not be seen as one? And obviously, naturally, we are paying him big wages as he is set to earn around 100,000 a week plus a signing on fee. So let's see how he does. Of course, you guys, if you want more insight from me, make sure you watch my Adarabioyo tactical analysis video, of course. But equally at the same time, I do have more realistic expectations on him. You might not agree with me, but for myself, I see him as potentially smart business to sign for backup reasons, for squad reasons. I don't think he is going to become our first choice defender. Who knows, maybe Adarabioyo surprises all of us and based on his own individual merit, he forces himself into contention, but I do not think he is being signed for those types of reasons. I think he is very strong technically. I think he has good aspects, but is he necessarily the best defender in the league? No. Is he prone to errors sometimes due to concentration, due to lack of focus, due to getting beaten by the opposition player? Of course he does, but equally, he is a strong defender that could create a stronger unit in defense as a whole. So let's see how he does, but I guess we welcome you to Chelsea Football Club, Tosin Adarabioyo. And to end things with the final key player, as we should know now, that is Benjamin Sesko. Now we have some strong competition from Arsenal and Man United, who have also expressed equal interest in signing him. In the case of Arsenal, it seems like with us now temporarily ending our pursuits of Victor Osimhen, Arsenal may be turning their attentions back to him because they could afford him. And reports suggest that Napoli are showing interest in Tomiyasu and Smith Rowe. And as I've been stressing, no club will buy Osimhen for the full release clause at all because it's too much money. Osimhen won't go for that fee. And Napoli know this because they can't even afford him. They don't have Champions League football. He's earning at least 10 million a year. They need to sell him, but as time goes on, they will drop their demands because no one has made a bid yet. Not Paris Saint-Germain, not no one. On our part, I feel like we're at least 75% out for the race to sign Victor because of things like his injury history, which was revealed by The Athletic. They revealed that also his play style is not something we're interested in, which really baffles me, and I can't really believe that because Osimhen is more than a guy that runs in behind and just harries defenders. But honestly, I think the reason why we are turning away is due to the extreme finances and the fact that you can sign a unique talent in a Benjamin Sesko, and this could be the final window to do so. Reports today mention that we are ready to battle. We are ready to make Benjamin Sesko our #1 striker this summer. And as I keep stressing, his release clause expires at the end of this month. You can now buy him for up to 65 million euros, around 55 million pounds. After this month is over, Leipzig can sell him for any fee because the release clause is out of the deal. So we must act quickly. It does help that Armando Broja's future could be determined within this month because Monaco are trying to buy him from us and they are in advanced negotiations too. And it helps that Arsenal may be deviating back to Victor Osimhen because Italian reports are growing very strong around this story. It feels like there could be an excellent merry-go-round this summer with Lukaku going to Napoli because Conte has made him priority #1. We've said we'll only sell for his full release clause value, which is fair, and I think they will do that once they find a suitor for Victor Osimhen. When they realise that as more time goes on, they cannot afford to keep to their value because they must reinvest that money back in their team, they'll drop that fee. And I think that's what Arsenal are waiting for. And I think when Arsenal get a confirmation that they can get Osimhen for less money, I think they'll end their pursuits in Sesko. And I think we will easily beat Man United to his race to sign him because we have a better project and we've shown stronger long-term interest in trying to sign him. So I think Sesko and Oliseh added to this team could be excellent for the squad. And I think these two signings, they give us hope in at least guaranteeing us Champions League football for next season, because certain clubs that have secured Champions League football like Villa, Newcastle, they've only done that because bigger clubs fell off and they took our spot. So Sesko, Oliseh, how do you guys feel about today's massive stories? They're pretty exciting, right? Let's keep things real. And I just think that Sesko has that potential where he could become one of the new elite strikers of this generation, because there's certain things that you can't coach, and that's his incredible ball striking. I mean, wow. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Diego Forlan in terms of the amount of power he can generate. Barely any backlift, no step-ups. He's a scorer of spectacular goals, and I like that he attempts those audacious efforts. I think you don't really tend to see strikers these days going for like the really, really mad efforts like you used to see back in the day. And he is a little reminder of the strikers of yesteryear, if you know what I mean. But yeah, how do you feel about this news, my friends? Share your thoughts and opinions, let us know. And now we end things by discussing another report surrounding a player that once upon a time we thought we had a big chance of signing, and that is Upamecano, because reports in Germany today state that at the moment, with Bayern getting close now to agreeing a deal to sign Jonathan Tah from Bayer Leverkusen, and with their player in Josip Stanisic now coming back from his loan spell at Leverkusen, they now need to sell a defender, and their defense is packed. Kim Min-jae, De Ligt, Eric Dyer, and of course Upamecano. And reports suggest that Upamecano could be the one sacrificed and be on the chopping block, as he is attracting a lot of interest in the Premier League, most notably from us. Now, I don't think it's any surprise why we showed some interest. Upamecano currently has 2 years left on his existing deal, so this is the prime time to make a move. But it really comes down to the finances. Now, I know that Bayern exercised his release clause of 42.5 million all the way back in 2021. That's like a long time back, I know. So I'd be curious to know how much money they would want for him, considering they need to rebuild for Vincent Kompany. But equally, I think, why would Kompany want to get rid of Upamecano? Because he is someone that, you know, on paper, he's one of those players, you know, those few players where on paper, they should be one of the best players in the world. They have all the attributes, right? And I think Upamecano, I mean, he really is the real deal. I mean, he's one of the best ball-playing defenders in Europe. I think he needs to get a lot of credit for that. You don't have to see the stats to see that he's an incredible playmaker from deep. There's a reason why he's first choice for the French national team squad. But the thing that stops him being seen as one of the great world-class defenders is the mental side of his game. And he's one of those guys that I feel sorry for, because he just has this unfortunate reputation of being involved in like high-profile errors and mistakes. Now, I know like a lot of us, when we watch players like this, we tend to see them during Champions League duties and during high pressure, big profile games like the Champions League. Any error you make will forever be remembered until the end of time. And for some reason, he has been picking up mad red cards over the past 2 years, which have cost Bayern Munich progressing into the latter rounds. And he just has these mental farts and mistakes in his game that kind of takes away from the positives that really outweigh the negatives, in my opinion. And a part of me feels like he's one of those guys where he just needs confidence around him. I know this season he went on like a little bit of a spell of like poor form, and I think he is affected by confidence. Like, one thing I remember about him is that he spoke about growing up as a kid, he had like a lisp and a speech impediment, and that took away from his confidence quite a lot. So maybe I'm projecting, I'm looking into things too much, but is it any surprise or maybe someone like this could be a bit more sensitive to criticism and that lack of confidence, and then becoming more error prone? Who knows? You would think though that Kompany, being one of the great defenders of his generation, could work with someone like this and help him snap. and help him get out of that? Who knows? Because he's only 25 years old, and most times when you become a world-class defender, that's around the age of like 26 to 27. Now, he kind of reminds me of David Luiz in the sense that you remember these guys for their mistakes, but they're never remembered for all the incredible positives in their game that outweighs those mistakes by far, right? You could argue tactically, under Tuchel over the past 2 seasons, he's asked for a DM for a reason. Bayern never had that, and their midfield would constantly put their defense under pressure. On top of that, Bayern were playing with a very, very high line, so a lot of times you can have direct runs straight at their defense, and then I think it's impossible for most defenders, to be honest with you, to be able to keep up with most attacking players if they're constantly isolated in these 1v1 situations and areas. I think it's a team game. Defensive structure is a team game, and it all kind of adds up and combines together. You never see a team that has poor defensive structure that exclusively gets bailed out by last line tackles and defending from the defense. It don't work like that, and I say that because, again, Upamecano is remembered for his high profile errors, but that doesn't take away from the fact that also Kim Min-jae and De Ligt have also been error prone whilst being at Bayern. When all these defenders are suffering the same issue, what does it say about the system sometimes? I'm not saying it's exclusively down to the system, but it's a combination, right? And you need to find that balance. But I don't know. Maybe Upamecano may feel like getting out that pressure cooker at Bayern Munich right now is the best thing for his career. Maybe it's time to try new waters. He's been there now for nearly 3 years. He's had his time there. He's won titles there. Maybe moving to the Premier League, new competition, new division, new lease of life. Lots of teammates he knows, and then Nkunku, Gusto, Fofana, Badia, Disasi. Could that be the move to make? Time will tell. But if you ask me out of 10, what's the likelihood of us securing him? I'm not too sure at all. I think it'll be very expensive. Very expensive. He's on big wages. But equally, he is one of the most talented ball-playing defenders. He is a good defender outside of those silly errors that he can be very, very prone to when he's under pressure. But is he someone that you back and then you pay the goods for this investment in the future? Because in terms of pace, tactics, defending, 1v1, ball playing, the guy is like a modern day playmaker from deep. And it's a surprise that Bayern would even sell him for tar, in my opinion. I don't know why they do that, but if a player like this is on the market, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Would you give an opportunity to Dayot Upamecano? Let us know below. And my friends, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up now and keep things moving. So thank you for watching. Check all today's videos. Don't forget. And my guys, I'll see you all tomorrow.